Hi everyone, Dr. Bungie with runner's tip number 1, how to release those tight hamstrings so that we can keep our feet pointed straight when we run. Now you saw the whole body light therapy on there, but this is the deep tissue, and this guy's going to allow that red light therapy to reach deep and get down in all the fascia and the joints and the ligaments, anything that's really deep. So how does that work? The hamstrings are generally tight because of the hips and the pelvis being in a certain position. If your hip joint right here is in an anterior and posteriorly tipped or anteriorly tipped position, it means that this hip joint, it can't work properly, and that hamstring is going to shorten and actually not have its full flexibility because it's always compensating. So by using light therapy, we calm all the fascia and all the muscles down from the zone where the diaphragm is, around the lumbar spine, the SI joints, your pelvis, and your hips. And what we'll see then with repositioning exercises, we'll see you find a more neutral position for your pelvis and your zone, lining things up better. And what that'll do is this acetabular femoral joint right here, your hip joint, all of a sudden instead of it being over here cockeyed, it'll be pointing straight, and that hamstring will start getting its full range of motion. That's when you're going to make it stronger, and it's going to hold your pelvis locked into a good neutral position. And then when you run, you won't be creating not only hamstrings that have to shorten and be tight and inflamed, but things like IT band on the left side, right knee pain, of course SI joint pain, low back pain, all these things that are very stressful from running when you're running with this twist to your back and your pelvis. So how does red light therapy wipe out this inflammation so quickly? It's unique. It's a very special modality, and right here at the clinic we combine full body Theralite, a brand new Theralite bed, with high intensity laser pain therapy. And what that can do, so this one can reach much more deeper, and this is going to get the whole body. So what do you have? Us reaching and putting energy in every single cell of your body. We want clean cell energy. When we run and exercise, which is a lot of oxidative stress load, we know that we're getting a lot of free radical damage going on, and we need to relieve that. It's going to cause muscle strain, it's going to degenerate our discs. Even if we have a quality lifestyle with good antioxidants in the food in our diet. What if we're a paleo diet, which means we're starving our cells of energy? Those things are all matter to help this cell, it kind of gets clogged up. Think of it like a traffic jam. There's just too much of this inflammatory stuff inside the cell. So what we need to do is release it by what we call cell respiration. That's not just breathing oxygen in, but that's also getting waste out. And this energy that we need to do all those processes is called ATP. And what we know, the hypothesis of how red light therapy in between the 600 and the 980 nanometer range, what they'll do is each of these photons of energy go into each of these millions of cells, trillions of cells, and it'll bump what they call the electron transport chain one notch up. It'll release the nitrous oxide from it, and that allows the ATP to be created. So you actually have the photon being transferred into energy in the cell, all the cells. It's very clean cell energy, and that's going to be used by the cell instantly to detox it. It's going to allow things to be transported in and out, which is going to allow things to have the energy to repair. It's also going to make your running better because it's going to have the energy. All those little cells that might be chronically inflamed are now going to have enough energy to do the work. So why red light therapy is so important to runners and releasing your hamstrings is because it doesn't stress your body at all. In fact, it does the opposite. It puts energy in that releases the inflammation, stagnation that's happening within the cells. It gets them the energy that they can do the work that they want to do. And because we use a combination of 3 different wavelengths, the 600s, the 800s, the 900s, we're able to reach the superficial muscle and the fat cells. We're able to reach deep and affect the nerves and get that all cleaned out. And especially even bones, believe it or not, they've had tremendous response with dentistry and others showing that red light therapy actually helps bones grow stronger, and that's pretty important too for runners. So if you're having inflammation and pain in your hips and your low back, and you notice that your hamstrings are always tight, a couple treatments of red light therapy in a quality of a considerable dose here that can do the work you need it to do will dramatically improve how this moves, get it back to neutral, let those hamstrings start working properly where they want to be in a good, healthy position. So I want you all to know that we're here to help you run. Please feel free to call for a consultation. I'll show you the assessment that we do, which gives you key insights into how to help you go home and fix your posture to make it better for running. So thank you and good luck with your hamstrings.